Steady now.
While wrestling games in recent times have opted to demonstrate the most accurate representation of the sport, others, such as Fire Pro Wrestling, appeal to hardcore fans who want to customize every aspect right down to the canvas. But RetroSoft Studios' effort proves even different from the above. A spiritual successor to WWF Wrestlefest, RetroMania Wrestling eschews modern wrestling games' focus on realism for arcade-style fun. It's an earnest effort that shows the developer's passion for the sport, and it's a solid grappler in its own right that perhaps runs out of steam a bit too quickly.
And you go back to being just another ham sandwich, and I take back what's mine, the world's heavyweight wrestling championship.
RetroMania looks to emulate the classics, and its presentation scores top marks for that. The entrances match the camera angle and walk style, competitors match the style of WrestleFest while resembling their real-life counterparts, animation ticks bear similarities to moves from the original, and the announcer introduces the competitors with that crushed, digitised voicing quality of the 16-bit era.
Nick Aldis.
The visuals benefit from the boon of modern tech as well, as performance remains smooth throughout while the variety of stages are well crafted, and see you wrestling between gyms, the NWA arena, and even a neon beach setting ripped from WCW. The sound is also ace, with the chiptune entrance themes, dramatic match accompaniment, and potent sound effects working, though repetitive commentary can be a drag. The gameplay proves a touch more interesting, as while its inspiration was prone to more button-bashing action, RetroSoft would utilise a grappling system similar to Fire Pro. A meter under your health bar governs momentum, and thus dictates which moves you can use during grapples. Light, medium, and heavy grapples require the meter to be filled, and trying to use a move without said meter filled will see you reversed. It emulates the building tension of good wrestling, as you use smaller moves to build to a big finish. You can also taunt to fill the meter, Irish rip to the ropes or corner for more moves, and climb the top rope to perform aerial attacks. But it doesn't slow down matches too much, as you can often polish off matches, or get beaten to a pulp, in minutes, retaining the pick up and play vibes of WrestleFest. It's great fun to play as a result. It's just a shame that RetroMania feels a tad incomplete in some ways, even after 3 patches have added more content. The roster of 19 wrestlers proves a strange mix of independent talent, legends, and curious picks ranging from Tommy Dreamer, Nikita Koloff, and the Road Warriors to Colt Cabana, Chris Bay, and Metalhead Warhorse. It's not a bad selection, per se, but the lack of a creation suite makes it limiting. The match types help somewhat, though again it's small next to competing games. You can partake in singles, tag team matches with up to 8 competitors, steel cage, and full count anywhere. The highlight proves to be the 16-man Retro Rumble, which sees up to 8 competitors enter at a time, and it's chaotic in a fun way. Sadly though, while you can play locally, there's no online multiplayer at all. Two main modes attempt to add longevity. £10 of gold mode sees you vying for Nick Aldis' NWA World Heavyweight Championship, as you partake in a series of matches to win, then defend the title. A cutscene at the midpoint offers unique commentary on the current champion, but it doesn't offer much more beyond a couple of runs.
Add another toy to the collection, boys. Matt Cardona is the NWA Heavyweight Champion of the world.
Story mode proves more interesting, seeing you guide Johnny Morrison Retro back to the top after suffering an injury. There's a decent amount of cutscenes, which see you interacting with other wrestlers, and certain decisions can shape Johnny into being a babyface, tweener, or heel. It's quite amusing seeing him cut different promos depending on his stance, and warrants at least a couple of runs to see how these pan out. Here, you can also tell the developers have a lot of affinity for the sport and supporters outside of it. Neat cameos and in-jokes to outside podcasts such as OSW Review make it feel like a tribute to the happier side of the sport. There's a lot of funny moments in the brief story, conveyed with fantastic cartoon drawings of the wrestlers and a few cutscenes which show key decisions or moments of the story. But again, it can be finished briskly in around 90 minutes. RetroMania Wrestling is clearly made with a lot of passion for both the sport and the games which came from it, wrapping a fun grappler in a coat of paint which apes the classics while benefiting from modern hardware. Fast-paced action, a fun story mode, and decent match options give it some enjoyment, but it also feels a bit basic next to other entries in the genre. It's lacking on content, the roster is a bit scattershot, and it's missing things like creation tools or online play. However, for die-hard wrestling fans, especially those weaned on the likes of Wrestlefest, it's still worth a look, and if you can find some like-minded friends, it may be one to return to for the odd session.